I thought it might be the end of it. I thought, because we didn't know what we were going to do, and we didn't know if that relationship was so essential to the success of the show that it just might slip away. And we knew we had to find another compelling relationship at the core of the show, but we didn't know what it was. And sort of simultaneously with trying to figure out what the character was, they also set about trying to find an actress. And they hit upon this idea of the bar being bought by a conglomerate, and the boss being sent down to run it and to straighten things. The MBA was this sort of uptight, tough managerial type. And so it sort of glommed onto that. And the first person that Jeff Greenberg, who was casting at that point, thought of was Kirstie Alley, who I had seen in a production of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at the Mark Taper Forum and just thought was terrific. And she came in, and the guys thought she was terrific. And it was a pretty short-lived casting session, and she got it fairly quickly. And I do remember the first day of the reading, Kirstie came in a blonde wig dressed as Diane Chambers, which to me was a stroke of brilliance in terms of just breaking the tension, and okay, here she is. Unfortunately, the tension sort of returned fairly quickly, because as we started filming the shows, we realized that the character wasn't really working, and we couldn't figure out how to write her. And there was I'm not even sure Kirstie knows this, but there was a few episode period where in the writer's room it was like, how do we get her in the front door and into the office as quickly as possible? Because we don't know what to do with her in that bar, because it's just not working, which was scaring us quite a bit. And then there was two things that happened. One is that there was a little bit where she was trying to stop smoking, and Sam came in the room and caught her, and Kirstie said, oh, you know what I can do? I can take a cigarette and I can flip it inside my mouth, so you don't know I have it, and then when I'm done, I can flip it back out again and do that. And we went, really? And so she did it, and it was hilarious. And it all of a sudden made us start seeing the characters if there could be some mischievous fun there. But the big thing is I think it may have been in the same episode or an episode nearby, she broke down crying. And Kirstie was a great crier. And what we realized was, once you started seeing the vulnerability that this woman, what she's putting on as this tough managerial type, is just a facade for this marshmallow of a human being that's inside, then we had things to play. And she could play it really well. And from that moment on, we sort of never looked back. It was fine.
The character of Diane Chambers was written out so that maybe she would come back at some point?
We totally left the door open. I don't know if we ever did this or not. I know we did something similar. We may have dealt with it in some way, but we always wanted the book that she wrote was going to be turned into a TV series about her experiences in the bar. And I think we ended up never doing it on Cheers, but on Frasier, she came back and she'd written a play that was about her experiences, and then there was thinly veiled characters that were...
Did her departure change the dynamic of the show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because everyone had a new person to adjust to. Kirstie was really fun, really game, fun to be around, and it was fun watching the actors find the new relationships. So, and once they realized that the character was going to work and that it wasn't going to threaten their livelihoods, things relaxed and everybody got really fun. And then it wasn't shortly there after that I exited. So. I wasn't around, I guess, the last 4 years or something like that.